Now that Caleb Williams has done his pro day workout and is almost guaranteed to be the first overall pick, now is a good time to look at his film and try to answer the question: are the comparisons to Mahomes fair, or does he play more similarly to other players? Stick around to the end to find out the final verdict. So we can see that Caleb has some shiftiness and can juke, and like Mahomes, isn't as capable of a runner as Josh Allen or Jamar is, but he definitely has some moves to improvise, some good runs, and get some first downs. So I would definitely give him a check for the Mahomes comparison there. So by this play, we can see that he does scramble, but he also has the ability to throw it downfield and not just try to run for the first down. This throw right here is an amazing example of getting out of a sack, running to the sideline, and then throwing a perfect ball in a scramble drill right into the hands of the receiver. And honestly, it's just amazing. Of all of the plays so far, here's the one that really shows off his Mahomes-like abilities. Now the difficult part is thinking he's doing this against college players, but will he be able to do it against NFL talent like Mahomes has in the NFL? That's the part that we just don't know yet. Okay, so he can scramble and throw off platform, but to be a good NFL QB, he's also going to need to throw in the pocket. So let's take a look at that. In this play, he delivers a perfect back shoulder pass. This is one of those passes in the NFL that quarterbacks are going to need to be able to do well, because if it's not accurate, it can definitely lead to interception. Here is a throw where the tight end is covered man-to-man, but he delivers a perfect pass right over the shoulder, which is caught with 2 feet down, going out of bounds. Another great example of Caleb here with an NFL-type throw. So let's take a look at Caleb's running a little more. So the ability to get out of sacks is what makes Mahomes so good, and what could make Caleb an excellent QB in the league. And Williams definitely has better straight line speed. His 40 time was around 4.5 seconds, it's believed, while Mahomes was only 4.8. But Caleb really needs to work on his ball security, which we'll see a little bit more of later. Here, he makes the touchdown, which is really good, but these types of throws will need to be thrown in much harder. In the NFL, the caliber of athletes are just so much higher that these windows are just closed, and they become closed so much faster. And because of that, if Caleb continues to throw with these hierarchic throws, he could be prone to interceptions, especially in the end zone and the red zone, where things really just condense down like just so much more. So then, what are some of the things that Caleb Williams needs to improve on the next level? Here we can see that he's not really setting his feet quick enough and the throw is out of bounds. He's going to want to work on getting into his stance more quickly, especially since the average wide receiver is so much faster in the NFL than they are in college, and so they're going to get downfield faster. Another thing that he's going to want to change when transitioning is that he tries to get out of like every single sack, and even though he is elusive, and a team should not try to take that out of his game, like we saw out of the Bills with Josh Allen this year. It's something that he's going to need to work on, sort of picking his battles, because otherwise it'll just make him so much more turnover prone, and something we did sort of see as a concern this year. So in this play, Caleb gets pressured pretty quickly and tries to get away from it, but has the ball away from his body, and it's really not secured. In the NFL, defenders practice getting the ball out, and if he carries some of those bad habits into the pro league, I could see him being quite a fumble machine in the pros. Something Mahomes does really well is knowing how to move in the pocket and keep the ball away from people trying to swipe at it. And although he did throw more interceptions early in his career, Pat really didn't fumble it too much as he was learning the NFL game. Obviously, there's only one Patrick Mahomes, but Caleb definitely shows some similarities in his ability to move around the pocket and find people downfield. He really has an uncanny ability to be able to throw without setting his feet, especially when it's sort of over the middle to open targets. Something that he is going to need to sort of focus on is his ability to set his feet to deliver with power downfield. That's something that he wasn't able to do consistently. In the NFL, separation is so much less than in college, and so being able to set and throw with power off your back foot is just so important. So does this mean that Caleb Williams plays like Mahomes? Well, sort of. Yes, he is good on off-platform throws and has the ability to be shifty in the pocket and on the run, but he doesn't really have the same amount of zip on the ball that we see from Mahomes, and he relies a lot on touch and high arcing throws. There are definitely some mechanics that he's going to need to clean up, But when we do these comparisons, it's not really about whether Caleb is as good as Mahomes right now. It's whether he can be as good as him when he's had the time to develop, like Mahomes had his rookie year. The potential is definitely there for him, and he's going to need to be able to be willing to work in the offseason to clean up some of those mechanics and work on balancing between escaping pass rushers and protecting the ball down the field and quickly setting himself up to pass so he can deliver the ball accurately down the field. Going into this breakdown, I really wasn't expecting to see a lot of good things on film, and now that I've taken a deeper dive into Caleb, I really see why a lot of people think he's the unanimous #1 pick. I do think there are things he needs to work on, just like the other big quarterbacks in this draft, but I think that if he does develop and has good coaching, I think he's going to be really successful in the NFL. Thanks to everyone who stayed in to the end. I really liked looking into Caleb and am excited to do a couple more quarterback breakdowns before the draft. Please like and subscribe and share to all your friends so that we can get this content out to more people, and we will see you next time.